The remnants of a fire remain at a Kennewick marina. Now at 6, we're tracking work to remove the boats damaged by flames. That's our top story this evening. I'm Madeline Hagan.
And I'm Alyssa Warner. A Coeur d'Alene marine construction company is hitting the Columbia River this week. They're finishing removing a boat from the water onto the Clover Island Yacht Club docks.
Cap KV's Rylee Fitzgerald talked to crews, and she tells us how they got here.
In December, it was all about making sure crews did not end up in the water while fighting a fire that brought together agencies from all over the Tri-Cities. Now, there are crews heading underwater to remove the carcasses of what's left behind after the fire at the Clover Island Yacht Club. There's a construction crew that's in the process of removing the burned boathouses and even removing a boat from below the yacht club docks.
It isn't anything we haven't seen, but this is a big, nasty job.
Troy Silty is the one going underwater as the co-owner of the marine construction group can fathom. He says it's likely a mess below the surface, with parts of 2 scorched boathouses covering the vessel, which has been down there since early December.
I'm going to expect to see a boat that's got a hole in it that's considerably burned. It's got a hole in it, so when we raise it, it won't float on its own. It will either take it over to the boat ramp suspended by our crane or 2 lift bags and our cranes.
A big, important piece of doing this project slowly is to keep it as eco-friendly as they can.
We know it's going to burp and it's going to be nasty, but we're just going to try to be ready for it. And so we have a couple contingency plans, and we'll see what happens once we get into it.
According to Silty, there's likely going to be a lot of oil down in the remaining boat. That's why it's necessary to keep this process clean.
We took probably an extra 3 days and took it apart with just manpower, piece by piece. And if 2 men couldn't lift it, we would cut it. And we cut 2 buildings down into pieces that men could handle.
They're doing it a bit differently than other agencies might, but it's also a task that a couple other crews declined due to the challenge. In Kennewick, Rylee Fitzgerald, Cap KVU Local News.
The remnants that have been there for more than 3 months will be cleaned up soon. They say the rest of the process should take another day or 2.